All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the brothers from the Phoenix camp. That being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ba'kakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work with true sincerity. And once again, the Spirit allowed to come together to bring you hopefully an edifying lesson and open up with our Psalms 12 and 3. Go ahead.
On Psalms 12 and verse 3, and reads, "The Most High shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things."
And who's that mostly speaking about? That's speaking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Can you give me a book of Obadiah? The pride of the heart has deceived thee.
Okay.
Because that's describing the characteristics of the devil. Because Yahweh Shai called the devil a liar. So the devil in this day and age, a liar in this day and age, is Esau, Edom, which is the nation of Esau, which is the majority, the so-called white man. Now, not all white people are Edomites. There's going to be Israelites among those nations. Actually, there's going to be Israelites among all nations. So Israelites are going to look like every nation on earth, and we have to stress that because they like to label Great Millstone as black Hebrew Israelites. And the truth about it is that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're Hebrew Israelites, and we come in different shades of brown. Because most of you Israelites are so-called black Latino Native Americans, and the majority of Edomites are so-called white people. But there's going to be people that look. There's going to be Israelites that look like so-called white people amongst that group. Go ahead.
I want to say real quick. I said no, and no one in GMS said that we're black Hebrew Israelites. None of us are black, bro.
Mm-hmm.
None of us are a black color. We're all different types of shades of brown. Some brothers are lighter, some brothers are dark. Some brothers have a whiter skin, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't no brother's black, man. All that shit that whole black Hebrew Israelites is to put us down as a negative negative connotation.
Black devoid of light. You know, and those terminology were invented by the liar, which we just read, Psalms 12 and 3. Mm-hmm. The speaking of lies, the flattering lips, the proud tongue, the speaking of lies. And the Lord says he's going to cut off those things. Go back to Psalms 12 and 3.
It's Psalms 12 and verse 3. And it reads, "The Most High shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things."
And see, those are those proud things, because what he's doing is when he calls you a black Hebrew Israelite, or he tries to categorize who the Israelites are, he's speaking of proud things, because he's setting himself up as superior. He's setting himself saying, I am the white man. This skin color this skin tone is the most important of all the earth. So he's speaking proud things. He's speaking of flattering things. And the scripture said that he's going to cut off those things. And that's why the men of the Lord were set up to debunk those myths and those lies, man. Run that back again.
Come on. "The Most High shall cut off all flattering lips, and a tongue that speaketh proud things. Who have said, with our tongue we will prevail."
See, so he said with our tongue will prevail, because he has set the philosophy, he has set the histories, he has set the things to glorify himself. You know, every time you watch a so-called religious movie, all the characters are white. You know, if you watch the Ten Commandments, they're all white. You know, you watch you watch that Noah movie, they're all white. So he's speaking those proud things, but the Most High said he's going to cut off that shit. And he's doing it to the men of the Lord, because we are bringing out the truth of who the real Israelites of the Bible are. Go ahead.
Found in 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4, and read this one straight into, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God,
Mm-hmm.
or that is worshipped, so he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God."
Go ahead.
So, hey, that's what the white man does, bro. He tried to make himself a bigger thing, like, oh yeah, like he's the Most High.
Yep.
They should come that market basically trying to label every single person, bro. Like, all right, y'all this, y'all that, man. Trying to put himself as God, putting himself as a religious figure.
Yeah.
Who made that Jesus Christ? They made him white on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You put that up, and you see that a lot of Latinos, a lot of so-called black people, and a lot of people they see his white image, like, all right, white man must be superior than us.
Yeah, that's Caesar Borgia. You know, you Jake, you have that in your houses. You know, and the scripture says he opposes and exalts. That also means that he puts his image as God. You know, you go to the Sistine Chapel, they got the paintings, and they show the depiction of God and Jesus Christ and the angels as white people, man. You know, so he opposes and exalts what is the truth. You know, I mean, the truth is that Yahweh Shai, which is as a so-called black man, what you call Jesus Christ, and his father Yahweh just looks just like him. And there's a lot of scriptures in the Bible that prove that. So he opposes and exalted himself against what the true nature of the Most High is, and he sets himself up as God. He sets his skin tone as God. He sets his skin tone superior to all the other skin tones. When the reality, when science says that white skin and blue eyes are inferior genes, recessive genes, and the dominant gene is what? Dark skin, dark eyes, man. So the recessive is weaker. So he is the weakest of the earth, man. That's why Jake is stronger than him. You know, that's why Jake, so whether black or Latino or Native American, they excel in sports, man. They excel in football, basketball, boxing. It's dominated by you Jakes, man, because we are the stronger people. You got something?
No.
Give me the Psalms 5 and 9.
The Psalms 5 verse 9, and it reads, "For there is no faithfulness in their mouth; their inner part is very wickedness."
There's no faithfulness in their mouth, so you can't believe a word that they say. You know, and a lot of you Jakes, you trust what the white man says. You trusted him so much that you took that inoculation. You know, you took that jump shot, like we like to call it. We use the code words because they like to label everything medical misinformation. You took those jabs, man, because you believe what this devil says. When Yahweh Shai called him the father of lies, man. You got precept?
Yeah, because look, he always been your enemy from the very beginning. So why trust him now? Why think that this man's going to change? He ain't going to change, bro. He's going to still always have in the bottom. This is Sirach 12 and verse.
Never trust an enemy.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
This is Sirach 12 and verse 10. Read, never trust thy enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, basically what that dude do, bro? That Joe Biden, all that shit. He's like, yeah, man, I'm here for you. Mm-hmm. I'm here for the minorities, right?
They're here for the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. He showed a false concern about your health and wanting for our people to take that jab first.
Mm-hmm. They say they put a lot of that COVID thing all around Jake neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. Because they know that he's trying to get you first before anyone else.
And at one point, they were going door to door. They were going door to door for those that couldn't make it to the centers where they can take that jab. So he humbled himself. He humbled himself so much that he went into your fucking neighborhood. Now, when the fuck you see a white man purposely going to Jake neighborhood? The only time he go in there is to collect money and to arrest people. So he humbled himself to go into your neighborhood to give you his bullshit. Run that back again.
Huh. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rusts have not been altogether wiped away. So he's still there. He's still that wicked dude, bro. Mm-hmm. He's still wicked. There ain't nothing changed, man. Nothing changed from 5 years, 10 years ago. He's still that wicked man. See, all I know is he's putting that front on you. He's putting that cloak that, oh yeah, I'm here for you. I'm here for all y'all. Let's do this together, man. Set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He has stand up in thy place. Never let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Because that's what he's gonna do. Because you can't trust Esau. You can't trust 2/3 also, bro. Mm-hmm. You can't trust anyone that's not in the truth. But look, they're wicked as hell. So hey, they see you got something, they want part of it.
Yeah.
In fact, what that would do with the whole tax and shit, right? Oh, you're making some money? Well, then take from that pocket, out of that pocket, and out of that pocket.
Yeah, let me take what your hard labor produced, mm-hmm. and that's wicked in itself, man. And can you run that last part back?
Yeah. And it reads, "Set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place."
He stand up in that place, and what did he do? He painted himself as God's people. He portrayed himself as the Lord's chosen, the blessed of the Lord. You know, that's why you got things like Manifest Destiny, where he thought that it was God's will for him to conquer you so-called Native Americans. He said it was he said it was God's will for you to die and him to flourish. So he set himself in your place, in your seat, and he does that by saying that they're the chosen people of the Lord, that they're the ones that the Most High is dealing with. In reality, The Lord's only going to deal with them for destruction and slavery. We are the people of the Lord, man. They try to call us the wicked of the earth, but in actuality, they are. We are wicked because we went against the Most High. But the wicked, the truly wicked, are you Edomites, man. Going back to Proverbs 16:4, can you get that real quick?
Come on. It's Proverbs 16 and verse 4. And it reads, "The Most High have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil."
So the wicked is Esau, Edom. That's in the book of Malachi. Can you type in border of wickedness?
Huh.
Because that's going to tell you that's going to prove to you that Esau, Edom, the nation of Esau, which the majority of so-called white people, you are the wicked that the Bible speaks about.
It's Malachi 1 verse 4. And it reads, "Whereas Edom are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus say the Most High of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness."
So see, they are the wicked of the Bible, man. According to the Bible, Esau, Edom, the nation of Esau, they are the wicked of the Bible, man. Can you type in angel of light?
Huh.
Because there's a scripture that says even though he comes as an angel of light, he disguised himself as an angel of light.
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
It's 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14. It says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light."
For Satan himself, the adversary, because that's what that word Satan means, is transformed into an angel of light. So he comes in this pious, righteous manner. Can you get words smoother than butter in the book of Psalms? So he comes to you as an angel of light, thinking that he has your best interest in mind, but in reality, he's looking for your downfall. And you got to understand that as we move forward in these last days, he's most likely gonna come in those two forms, because he got what he got, controlled opposition. So on one hand, he's gonna come to you as someone that's for you, and the other hand, it's gonna come in that Revelation 12 mode. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm the devil, and this is what I'm gonna do.
What they do, basically, that whole good cup, that whole series of the good cup, bad cup shit.
Yeah.
He basically showing you both sides of what he is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, what both cups trying to do? They're trying to get whatever they want out of you. That good cop, that shit, right? He's basically setting you up, like, you can trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trust that dude, but you can trust me. But then they're still working the same force.
Yeah.
They're still together. They're a duo for a reason.
Yeah. So you got the Democrats, Republicans, that, like, the brothers always say, that's just two sides of the same bird, two wings of the same bird, man. So this devil is crafty in how he approaches you.
Huh. This is Psalms 55 and verse 21 reads, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart."
See, that war was in his heart. So what is war? War is the tactical defeat of your enemy. So he's very tactical. He's very crafty and subtle of how he deals with you, Jake. He does it in such a manner that you don't think that he's against you, but in all actuality, he is, man. And everything in this world is set up for your downfall. Everything in the world is set up to accuse you to the Most High, man. The book of Revelation calls this devil the accuser of our brethren. Basically, what meaning that he sets up everything for us to go against the Most High, so he can accuse us before the Most High, man. So everything in this world is set up for your downfall, man. Everything in this world is set up for you to break the law, statutes, and commandments. He changed the time and seasons so that you don't know when the Sabbath day is. If you listen to him, if you listen to the devil, the Sabbath day is either Sunday, they would say it's Sunday, or they say it's Friday night, Saturday night, which both are incorrect, because the Sabbath day falls according to the new moon, because the Israelites went by a lunar calendar, man. So and then he puts all kinds of pork and all kinds of things that you don't even know what you're eating sometimes. That's why Scripture says we'll beat our bread defiled, man. And he makes you wear mixed fabrics. He does everything in his power to make you go off against the Most High, because he's trying to get his birthright back. Go ahead.
Come on. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast the burden unto the Most High, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteousness to be moved."
See, so the righteous are elect. They're not going to be deceived by the Most High, man. Can you get it, if possible, it would deceive the very elect?
Yeah.
I think just type in very elect, it should come up. So he sets up everything to deceive us. But the thing about it, the righteous, which are the elect, They're not going to be influenced, or they're not going to be bamboozled by this devil, man, because they're already set up to stand firm in this truth. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 24 verse 24, and it reads, "For there shall be many false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and as much if it be possible, they shall deceive the very elect."
If it were possible, but it's not possible. So he's going to deceive a lot of you people out here, but he's not going to deceive the elect, because we have the spirit to see through his bullshit. Can you get? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Okay.
So the elect are going to have the proper spirit on them, the proper what's the word, trying of spirits. We'll be able to filter out exactly what the true intentions of our opposer is. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's say real quick, because you understand that scripture, bro. He's gonna come with all sorts of different type of shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck that Project Blue team? What was it? Project Blue Beam.
Project Blue Beam. Yeah, he can put an image of the sky of chariots, or even Yahweh Shai.
Put Virgin Mary up there.
The Virgin Mary. He can make you say, "This is the real truth." He can do those things. He got the technology for that, man. And the technology that he shows you is just a glimpse of what the technology that he really has, because he's saving that for his own self, man. He's saving that for when he needs to use it against you. Go ahead.
Come. The 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11 reads, "Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices."
Start up a verse before that, I think.
It's 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 10 reads, "To whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For I forgive anything to whom I forgave it, for yourselves' sake forgave I it in the person of Mashiach. Lest Satan should get advantage of us."
See, so being in the proper spirit, being in one accord with Yahweh Shai, we are able to see the lies of the matrix. Go ahead.
For we are not ignorant of his devices.
So we're not ignorant of his devices, man. And that word devices, it means like schemes, plans, plots. So we're not ignorant of the plots of the devil, man. Because we have that brotherhood. That's why the verse above it talks about that forgiving of one another, man. That's part of being brotherly. That's part of being in the truth. That's part of having the proper spirit, and able to see these things, man. So we're not ignorant of the devices of Satan, and you got to stay that way too, because you can know all these scriptures, and once you start falling away from the truth and not staying in the spirit, not staying in the Bible, not staying studying, not staying doing videos, guess what, man? You're more susceptible to believe the lies of the devil, because he'll whisper in your ear and say, "Oh, you know what? They're not really know what's going on. This is really what it really is." And we've seen men that fall to that, man. Men that will fall to the false lies and deceptions, and now they no longer believe in the truth because they got carried away with the distractions of this world, the bread and circus of the world, the bread and circus that the devil provides, Esau, Edom, for you to stay in that low vibration, man. You got some.
I say because look, all wickedness starts from a thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all it has to be. Just one little small thought in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Then keep growing and growing like anything, like plants like that. When you see a tree, it didn't start as that big. It started something small, something this little small that you won't worry nothing about it.
Yeah.
But it keeps growing and growing, and don't damn. And that's how wickedness is too. All to do is a small thought, bro. Say, always check yourself. Always stay in the scriptures. Make sure that you ain't going into that. Stay away from basically all this bullshit in the world, bro.
That's why you got to be careful not to be influenced by the music and media out here, man. Because they plant some wickedness in you, man. All those things come was vile spirits. And Yahweh Shai even spoke about things starting to thought, man. Can you get that scripture where it says, if you look at a woman,
yeah,
if you look at a woman to lust at her, you're basically a sin to commit adultery. Because it starts as a thought, man. When you look at a woman, the thought of adultery can go in your mind. Because even though she's married, but she looks good, and you still have those thoughts of lusting towards her. That could lead to you. That could lead to someone, talking to her. That talking to her could lead to having a drink with her. Having a drink with her could lead to a hotel room or the back seat of your car. Before you know it, you commit adultery because you had that thought of adultery towards that woman, that married woman, if you know she was married. So, like the brother said, it can start as a thought, man, and you gotta be wary about that. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 5 verse 28. It reads, "But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh at a woman to lust after her,"
That's Yahweh Shai speaking. When you call Jesus Christ,
have committed adultery of her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee.
So you got to cast off all those evil influences, those negative influences that Esau Edom throws at you, man. Can you get the shield of faith, of the fiery darts of the wicked?
Huh.
I think it's in Ephesians. So you got to be careful about you got to be careful of of how your enemy is and how he attacks and what he does, and you got to be circumspect about that 24/7, man. You can't let this devil get at you because the scripture says that he goes out about a roaring lion seeking who to devour, man. So he's on attack all the time. He's on the offense all the time, man. The defense all the time. He's warring against you all the time. So you have to be the same. You have to be the same way. You have to be on guard in the spirit all the time. You know, we're gonna read that. Go ahead.
Come on. It's Ephesians 6 and verse 16, and reads, and above all, taking the shield of faith.
See, so and then before the scripture before that, it described the battle dress or the armor, that the spiritual armor that you got to put on in order to withstand these days, man. And we're not gonna get it. We're just gonna get straight to the point. Go ahead.
Come on. Whereof you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
So the shield of faith, you know, it's like in faith of the shield, and the shield blocks things, man. So having faith in these promises that the scriptures provide us, having faith in the word, having faith in the Most High, that's how you combat the fiery darts of the wicked. And why is it called fiery darts? Because it's constantly attacking you. You know, Esau Edom is constantly attacking you, man. And the only way to combat that is through having a faith, man. Nothing else?
That's all I got.
You know, so with that being said, Most High Winner was an edifying lesson. You know, beware of your enemy and be circumspect of his intentions at all times, man. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakadash. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.
Shalom.